Welcome to Bowl Week. Glad to have you with us from Boca Raton, Florida for what ought to be an exciting matchup in the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. While this game caps off the regular season, how that season is remembered will be impacted greatly by what happens in this game. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Tulane Green Wave, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Old Dominion Monarchs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Old Dominion's offense is on the field for the first time today. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
Working the middle. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Looking for a man. It's Durant. Bringing the heat. Took a shot as he threw.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. This one's complete. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. They're going to run it. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Takes the handoff. It's Jackson. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. And the Monarchs racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll run play action. He's got it on the move. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, ODU.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Tulane's offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
Neutral zone infraction will push the ball up 5 yards. Much more manageable situation for this offense after the penalty at 2nd and 6. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Fights off a defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll send the tight end in motion. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. The Monarchs want to move quickly.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. Good work up front to get that first down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. They'll move the wide receiver. He'll do it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
I don't think the quarterback made the right read on that play. I know they're asking a lot of this QB. He's got a lot to focus on with the pass game and all the different types of runs that they have in their playbook. But on that play there, that pre-snap look told me to hand it off.
And the Monarchs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Motion from the back. Dropping back, it's Durant. Finds his tight end. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Wants to go up top. Working that wide receiver screen. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Pass interference. Offense.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Now the play fake. Here comes the heat. Got his man out of the backfield. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Monarchs need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Whitaker. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. And the Monarchs decide to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Get it out to the supersonic guy. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Tulane. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting just last week, a commitment from a big-time four-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that guy.
Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Running the option, it's Durant. A really nice run from deep in his own territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 29.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Dropping back, it's Durant. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. They boot it away. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, running back gets the give. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Guys, Old Dominion has the lead here as we've reached the end of the quarter. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. There he goes. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. Fires one high and deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Backed up now, here's second and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. The Green Wave lining up, facing third and long. He'll set up to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. He stopped short of the first down, but he gets it into plus territory on the scramble, and now decision time on 4th. Punt is on its way. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Monarchs moving quickly to the line.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Quickly to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover. Pick up the first. Looking to throw, it's Durant. Using the quick game. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Fighting off the defender. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. And the Monarchs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Whitaker. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. The Monarchs line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. They've been very sharp on this drive so far. Now 1st and 10 from the 43. Looking downfield on first down. It's caught. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Gets it out fast. And the Monarchs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
How about the big fella? I know this is not in his job description to pick on passes, but the eye-hand coordination, able to get his big paws up there, stabs it out of Aaron. It was like he was almost surprised he had the football, just start rumbling and stumbling once he'd had possession.
Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Nothing but punts as a result of the first 3 offensive drives, hoping this one gets a little more done. Well, jet sweep pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Pulls it and fires to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Tulane comes to the line, lots of work to do on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. They'll run it from the gun. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. The Monarchs want to crank the tempo.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. They'll send the back in motion. Dropping back, it's Durant. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Monarchs will send out the punt unit. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. A safe call on the wide receiver screen. He was not going to be denied, discarding tacklers, running behind his pads, and finally down at the 40. Back has it. Looking to the big tight end. It falls incomplete, and man, did they think they had that one set up, and it didn't quite work. Trying play action. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Was looking for more running room and found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. From the gun, running back on the move. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Monarchs will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Durant. He's got him. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Firing to the right, complete. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure, it's a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Monarchs are flying down the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He'll pull it on the read. And the ball's free in the backfield. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. The Monarchs need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch.
You know, I got to tell you, as an offense, moving forward in this game, 3rd and long, you're going to have to push the ball downfield a little bit more. You got to throw to the sticks and give yourself a chance to convert these 3rd downs.
And that is just about a perfect punt as he pins them deep inside the 10-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Calls his own number. And he works his way forward and finally down at the 15. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. The referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. The Green Wave with plenty of options here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. On the move. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Tulane right back to the line. Off the play fake. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking to pass, it's Durant. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Get it out on the screen. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Monarchs send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Working the big fella to the corner. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. Working that left side now. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. And that one had some juice on it, but it's incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. They get him down at the 36, it will be a first down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Reese, talk about an edge of your seat type first half, or as they call it here, just another typical Boca Raton Bowl. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's head back to Reese and the fellas for the conclusion of the Boca Bowl.
The Monarchs will kick it away to start the second half. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Immediately fires to the middle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Tulane lines up on 3rd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Here comes the option. Shakes off the defender. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. This drive will open from the 15. They'll move the tight end. Off the play fake on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. It's Durant. He's got him in the flat. And the Monarchs come to the line in the hurry-up. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Drop play. Quarterback keeps it. Absolutely nowhere to go as this pass, makes a third down stop. The Monarchs will punt this one away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Leaves it with the running back. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looks as if he's going to run it. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Going deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down, or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have 2 left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Snagged in the middle. It's Whitaker. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And that is enough. First down for the offense.
The play action fake. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And the Monarchs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to throw, it's Durant. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Monarchs will line up to punt it away. He'll take it on the return. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick pass on the fly motion. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. The give to the tailback. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Green Wave lining up, facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. They'll run the option. Now the toss. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's got an open man. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On the move. Finds a little space. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. They go back to work in the final period of this one. We've come to the end of the period. Old Dominion has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Tulane opens play in the final period with a first down. On the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Let's it fly. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
And that just kind of caps off this day. It's been a day with not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of timing, not a lot of guys on the same page, and they weren't right there, and the quarterback throws an INT, and this one is not looking good.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Here's the handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air. It's Durant. And he gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
Well, one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
He breaks a tackle. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. And the Monarchs will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Tries to do it himself on the draw. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Tulane comes to the line, lots of work to do on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Looking for space. It's Jackson. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
The Monarchs want to pick up the tempo. Back to throw, it's Durant. They've got the screen set up. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the...
Oh, he's got some space.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Monarchs will bring the punt team onto the field. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Snap to the back. He's loose. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at touchdown Green Wave. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And that is phenomenal quarterbacking. Understanding right away, dude, you're going to bring pressure. I'm getting the ball to my playmaker right now. Let him do the rest. Let him glide into the end zone. Make me look really good. Good timing. Good decision by the quarterback getting it out quick.
And he knocks it through, and the lead is a field goal here in the 4th quarter. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. The give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
The Monarchs will call on their punt team. Takes it on the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could swing. Breaks into the open. Good pickup there. He gets enough for the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Now on the option. Now the pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. And how about the timing on that pitch? Leaves it with the back. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. The option look. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. He'll ride his man on the option. And he didn't get the pitch off, and he paid the price. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Sends it back in motion. Off play action. Here's a heat. Escapes trouble. Going for 6. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense.
But what a play by the defense. They're trailing here in the fourth quarter by one possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
Lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Back to pass, it's Durant. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Wants to go up top on first down. It's complete to the left. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Whitaker. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking to throw on first down. Out of the backfield, he's open. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Second down, he'll throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Church. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Gonna look downfield again. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Aggressive versus reckless. It's such a fine line. When you're trailing, you need to make plays late in the game. The offense was reckless, turned the football over, and this one doesn't look great.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. The quarterback takes a knee. After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said, this team is bad. Now they won 3 in a row. This team is good. People are fickle.
Yeah, and we're probably the ones who were saying that a little bit, Reese, because they were struggling. It didn't look like they knew who they were, and they didn't have the momentum going. But now they've definitely got it together, Jesse, and they look like a different team.
They sure do, David. We know teams get better or they get worse over the course of a season. This team right now, completely different. Almost the polar opposite than what we saw earlier this year. And I'll tell you, look at their schedule and who they've got left. Those teams better be careful. This team is coming for them.
And with that, the season comes to a close for these two teams. Another bowl game is all wrapped up, and we are finished as well. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, thanking our entire crew and thanking you for being with us for another presentation of EA Sports College Football. We'll see you next season.